land a permission at the last minute yesterday, so I'm on my way there today. It is a house built in the 1880s, but the lot that it is on is a later subdivision of a lot that has an 1800 house on it. So the ground that it was on was part of this 1800s property, and then, you know, some 8 decades after the first house was built, they sectioned off a piece of the lot and sold it, and someone else built a house there. So it's a long-winded way to say it, but basically the ground was in use before the house was built. All right, so I don't want to video while driving. It's not very safe, so talk to you guys when we get there. Okay, well, I'm on location. It's a beautiful little colonial home. I noticed that the gutters have the trim has got some aluminum wrapping around it, so there might be a little bit of aluminum in the soil. But I'm expecting to see a lot of nails, and as you can see from that little bit of the house behind me, that you see, that neighboring house is old. That is old. So I'm very hopeful. We're in a kind of a historic area here, so let's see what happens. History awaits. Let's go get some. Well, this isn't old, but we don't find these very often, so it's kind of cool to find one. Have a look. This is a Sacagawea dollar. It's a $1 coin from 2000. I believe it's a Denver. There's Sacagawea on the obverse with her little caboose, and there's an eagle in flight on the back. Absolutely, you know, not a rare coin. They're in circulation, but we don't dig these very often at all. It's unusual to find one, so it's kind of cool to have found one. Anyway, sense I'm getting is that this ground was remodeled in the late 90s. The oldest pennies that I'm finding are like from the 70s. And I did find one 1944 wheat. But for a house built in 1880, there should be older things here. So I'm getting the sense that in the latter half of the 20th century, some work was done here. But I'm going to keep plugging for a while. So, all right, back to it. Well, I've had a nice hunt here at the 1880 house. Having studied the lawn, taken quite a culture, hunted for a few hours, I'm convinced that the yard was graded at some point in the past. Maybe the 70s, 80s, or 90s, somewhere in that date range. Didn't find anything really old except for a couple of square nails. Those were the oldest things that I found. Everything else was pretty modern. We had one wheat penny, 1944, and everything else, just modern stuff. But here's what we found. I'm going to give all of this to the homeowner. There's really nothing here I need to take with me. So we had a couple of square nails, Sacagawea dollar. You can see we had a couple of dimes. There's 2 dimes there. We had a couple of nickels. There's 2 nickels there. And then the rest is pennies. So $1, $1.20, $1.30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $1.41. One of those is the 44 wheat penny. I don't know which one. And I showed this coin impression to the homeowner, and she thought that was really cool, so she grabbed that too. We had a little key, Lockwood key, made in looks like it was made in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. A little bit of a pipe fitting, just nails, random junk. We had this nasty, rusty, scrappy bottle cap. You know what? I'm going to take that and throw that away. And then this is definitely a piece of lead. You see a little bit of the white patina there. Not sure exactly what it was. Part of some kind of a pipe fitting. You can see how it was originally molded around something. Very, very heavy, but that's lead. I advise the homeowner that, you know, this is toxic, so wash your hands if you touch it. Don't let your kid play with that one. But all in all, I mean, we found things. We just didn't find anything super old, except for these square nails, which of course, the magic of square nails has long since disappeared for me. I'm jaded on the whole square nail thing. But we still a good time. The homeowner was a nice lady. I got to talk to her and her partner, and also their kids, adorable kids, and they had lots of questions, and we talked about all kinds of things, and you know, it was a good day. I can't really put a price tag on a day like that. So even though I'm going home empty-handed, I'm not going home empty-hearted. Yeah, I guess that's it for this one, folks. I will see you on the next hunt. You see that field? I have hunted that field so many times. But I have no permissions, so I have no real choice. So I guess I'll go hunt this field again. See if somehow something pops out. We'll just be chasing the deep signals today. Here goes nothing. Well, yeah, so far this field has behaved pretty much as I expected it to. Just digging clad. It's a very popular town park, so gets a lot of foot traffic. The clad I'm digging is older. It's, like I said, I'm only going for deep signals. But I have finally dug something that's not clad. I don't think it's super old, but it's old-ish. Have a look. Now, there's a button. And it gives off a very high tone on the detector, so it's at least partly brass. But the back is iron. So it's an iron back button. It looks like there's actually fabric wrapped over it. So I don't think it's that old. It was fairly deep. And it's been there long enough for that iron to corrode to that level. So, yeah. It is a two-piece button with an iron back. Those are usually, I find those to be dated around their early parts of the 1900s. But who knows? I mean, it could be later. But it is, for a change, not a piece of clad. So that's good. All right, we'll see what else we can find. For clad, I don't know, a couple pennies, a couple nickels, a dime. Nothing exciting. Anyway, moving right along. Well, this target was pretty shallow, so I don't think it's that old. But it does sound like it's made of brass, so who knows. We got ourselves a D-buckle. And this D-buckle is very deformed. It's very, very bent, like it got wrenched off of something. So, I'm not sure what it was originally part of. But this was only a 2.5 inches down. So I think if it were, you know, an older D-buckle from like, you know, the 19th century, it would have been much deeper. I think, anyway. But, you know what? At least it's not a piece of trash or a piece of clad, so I'll take it. Any love is good love. All right. Getting late in the day. It was late in the day when I got here, so we'll see if we can score something else. All right. Moving right along. Well, I've got a signal here. It's deep. A little deep. And it's weird. And it's probably junk. But, you know me. You have no idea how many of these things I've recorded and deleted. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. I'm getting the tone right over here. It's kind of all over the place on the knocks. One way it was a 26, 27, 28. Another way it was a 23, 24. And then once I got the plug off, it started to sound kind of quiet. But there's definitely something there. So let's get a fix on it. Whoops. Not in the wall. Maybe it is in the wall. Let's try popping the wall off. There we go. Whoops. No, not in the wall. Sorry, I don't have my tripod. All right, so it's in here somewhere. What do we got? What do we got down here? What's that? No way. That's got to be a piece of junk. Maybe a... Doesn't quite look like a pull tab. It's got a loop to it, though. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my goodness. That's a big ring. The heck is this? It has a stone on it. See that? It doesn't feel very heavy, so maybe it's just junk metal. Maybe it's a costume ring. Wow, it's big. Yeah, that can't be gold. That's got to be junk. Anyway, it's neat. It's definitely something different. All right, give me a moment and let me clean this puppy up. We'll see what we got here. We finally got something. Looks like there's discoloration in the metal. Do you see that? Gold wouldn't discolor like that. It may be like 14K plated. There was a while where jewelry manufacturers were getting away with that. They would say like 14K E, meaning electroplated. Just gonna try blasting some of this dirt off. It looks like there were originally more stones on the front of this, but they've fallen away. Ah! There. You see that? Right there, 14K. Right there. See it? There it is, 14K. And I'm assuming that stone is a diamond. There'd be no reason to put glass in a gold ring. I'm surprised that it says it's 14 karat gold because I see what looks like discoloration to me. Maybe I'll check it with a gold test kit, you know. It's plated. It's definitely copper underneath. And if you look really, really close, you can see plating coming up. And reddish copper showing through underneath. So this is, I don't know how to describe it, a counterfeit ring. This is somebody stamping something 14 karat that's not 14 karat. But you know what? It still was fun to find. I think it looks cool, so I'm going to keep it. So there you go. I'm assuming the stone is glass or a zircon, so I'm not going to worry about the other one. All right. It's getting late here. I should probably head back home. Anyway, that was fun. See you on the next one. Ah! rock right there. There's a rock in the way. Of course there is. There's always a rock in the way. That's the law. Oh, wow. It's a big rock. Oh, there's our coin. Looks like a penny. Not even a coin.